Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Moggycraft Season 2, and Christmas has just passed, so I hope you guys had a good holiday. And in my base you can see that a couple of things have changed. Now I made this grandfather clock right over here. I've replaced the lanterns with candles, and I have added this button right here. What does it do? Well, it plays music. And in case you guys didn't see it in the previous episode, because I have yet to edit that one, so I'm not sure if it even made it in there. But Sandy and Sam stopped by my base, and of course, Sandy did press this button.
Hi. What the hell?
What's that for? What's that for?
It's AFK fishing, so in case you guys want pufferfish to tame the Nautilus, just open this chest.
Yeah, I see.
Hello.
So I actually have them over here. So I'll actually take the stuff off of them for a moment, so you can see them fully.
Hi! Oh my god, you're so fucking cute.
Yeah, so that's the zombie Nautilus with coral on it.
The
It's
coral
like
one. Oh, it's so fucking adorable.
It's super rare. I was so lucky to find it like so early on.
That thing is so fucking adorable. Oh my god, the noises. Oh my god, I love them. It
I
makes
also have
noises.
2 copper Nautilus armors, but I mean they're just copper. I have yet to find anything else. Please don't take them for a ride. They're on our leash. With that being said, it's very easy to find them, especially if you just go like south from my base. There's also like coral reefs over there, so the higher chance to find the coral specific variant.
Trust me, I know where to find a big coral reef. I spent days in that reef. Trust me, I know where it is.
Yeah, and camel husks are actually pretty easy to find as well, especially in deserts, of course. But there are a couple of islands near the coral reefs, which also apparently count towards that camel husk spawning.
Help.
Quick Nautilus check. There's actually a Nautilus here. There's 2 Nautiluses here.
Oh my god, and I happen to have a fish. Crazy, isn't it?
So just come to me. Don't ask me where I am. Just use the locator bar. We didn't turn it off. Both of you can just get 1 each for now, and you know.
I don't have anything with me. It's fine, Sandy can have them.
I have only 1 pufferfish.
Do you have a saddle as well?
So cute.
No.
I'll get
I
you a
have
saddle. So how it works is that I just have a line of redstone going into this dropper, which pushes the music disc into here and into the jukebox. Then when the song is over, it will be taken out and be put back into here. Quite the simple system. And the funny thing is, we are going to have a little bit of a similar setup in Moggy Dungeon. The only difference is that this hopper will be locked, and then when the game is over, it will take the items out of the chest and put them back into the dropper. But today is not a Moggy Dungeon episode. This is actually the place where I want to work today, which is long overdue. And honestly, that's probably because I didn't really have any idea what to do. And while the ceiling looks cool, it is also a little inconsistent at times. And well, it looks like it's been pulled inside out, but that's because, of course, it only looks good from the top. So we need to make it look better from down below. And that is, of course, in addition to making this place itself look good. Also, mobs do spawn here, unlike on top. But what I think we'll do is start at the bottom and work our way up, just because then we probably have much more easier access to the ceiling than we do now. Of course, it's not going to be too easy in all places because of the design I've come up with. And while I didn't design this in creative or anything, it is currently in my head. And I'm just going to trust my building instincts. And the first thing I'll do, I think, will be to make platforms underneath these. All 5 of these. And let's start making a bit of a circle around them as well, because we are going to need quite a bit of space. With that being said, it's also gonna have to look a bit natural, so what I'll do is not fully perfect circle, and also much more land over here than in the back over here. Let's see, we can apparently fall down. That's not what I meant to do. But one thing we can still do is... Come on, let me go up. Let's add a little bit more here. Okay. And what we're going to do is put sand on top of this. I don't have any sand on me, but I have quite a lot of stuff in these 3 shulker boxes. Still not fully getting the hang of the spear, huh? Yeah, me neither. So originally I wanted to make something like this for all of them, but I decided not to do that and instead have something going all around this place. Because of course we need to, do the walls as well. And I have started doing the circle and it finally lined up. Yep, it did take quite a long time, but eventually we did get there. And now I just need to make it go all the way around. And after that point can I start going downwards. And at that point, I think the vision will be fully alive. As you can see, I have placed in these blocks, but over here you can see the walls are still looking rather ugly. And that's because I did try starting on these walls, but I need to go for a different approach than what I did here. I'm going to go for a same approach as in the middle, but I just had like a staircase here that had sand on it. It just didn't look good. And over here, you're probably thinking, wow, you've created a very nice little desert. Yes, except it's not going to be a desert. This is going to be a coral reef. So what we're going to have to do first is fill this with water. And yeah, these torches, they're helping just a little bit. Not too much because enemies still spawn in here. Yeah, like an enderman. But hopefully, once all the water is in place, we won't really need these torches anymore. But believe me, we are going to fill this up with coral and pickles, of course. So it's still going to be nice and bright. Now, let's get started with filling it up. And the best way to do that is to just get a bucket and start spamming it wherever it's needed. The water is in, and as you can see right here, so is a part of the wall. Now, of course, it doesn't go all the way around just quite yet, but I think this is already looking a lot better than what I had a moment ago. And now it is time to put in the coral and the sea pickles. And of course, I do have quite a bit of that over here. So I'm just gonna have to place that down. Let's start with maybe some blue and just dive right in and not think about this too much. Just go like this, and I'm not sure if this is how the coral looks, either in real life or, you know, in the coral reefs and such. But I like to go with creative decisions, which means I can do whatever I want, and I don't like this one here. So I'm going to delete that. I also don't quite like this here. But I do want to move up a little bit here, and maybe this here. Yeah, I guess it looks very random, but then again, I think that's a good thing. Next we can place some fans on it. And kind of put these in random places. Alright. And as you can see in my hotbar, I currently don't have the blue one, and that's because I don't want to put blue on blue. I always feel like that's kinda... I mean, you don't really notice it as much as you might with these. Now, of course, we need to put in some pickles, and I'm not sure if I want to go for 3 or 4, so I'm just gonna do 3 for now. And I can also put some on the floor over here. Now let's swim up and see how it looks from above. Okay, maybe a little bit gloomy still. I think I'll just do 4. Let's see. Yeah, slightly less gloomy, but because this is the only thing I've heard so far, I think it's going to look gloomy until the rest is in place as well. The coral is in place, as you can see, as well as some seagrass and kelp, and I think it is looking really good. Now I have also expanded the wall just a little bit. It's like just slightly over halfway, but we still have quite a bit to do. And I've actually done the ceiling, which I know it may not look like it, because it's just tiny details that made it that it kinda... how should I say this? It looks cleaner, I would say. But, of course, it's still the underside of what it looks like on top. But I have put in, for example, some extra slabs over here, some stairs to just, you know, have these lights kinda be more, how should I say it, like not sticking out, but it makes more sense. I guess that's how I would describe it. I've also added some slabs over here, just because I don't really have that much quartz, and I didn't want to use up all the quartz in the world, except for like just these few bits here. It's like just 4 lanterns that have 4 stairs of quartz next to them, which I was okay using. And you can see that I'm still using torch spam quite a bit over here. But what I want to do is maybe have some torches that are not like these kind of torches. I want to put like maybe a fence post, maybe a second fence post, and then a torch. I guess that could look good. And I have added this little bridge as well, by the way. I've moved the portal back a little bit. Maybe I'll have to make like a little house around the portal. I'm not sure yet. I think for now I'm just going to keep it like this. And I need to see what else I can put here on this beach. I think there's a lot of things that we can do. Maybe like a parasol, maybe some blankets on the ground. That is of course an option. But we'll just have to see. And there are quite a few slime chunks. And I believe this right here is one of them. For which I will have to think of something. And I'm thinking what I could do is I could also have a lot of buttons all over the place, so that when I put buttons over here, it will look less out of place. It's just more like a rocky area than the rest of the beach. But for that, I'm probably going to use birch buttons. So I have been at it for a little while with doing the small details that make this place look nicely and alive. And I just wanted to do the last bit with you guys. Now I do say last bit, but what I really mean is the last bit for this video. Because what I think I'll do is actually finish this place off camera, and as you can see, there is still quite a bit to be done, but that's okay. I don't mind doing this stuff, and yeah, it is just going to be a little bit of work, grindy work, repetitive work, which is of course not really interesting for videos. So what I'm going to do is just quickly make something over here so you guys can see what I've been up to with building. So what I'm going to do is start with 3 of these spruce fences, and then I want to, oh, well, I definitely want to kill this zombie next. There we go. I'll use some string over here on the same level as the last fence post. And then what I'm going to do is put one in the middle, then above the string, boom, like this. And then I just put down 2 carpets, and here we go. This is what I have envisioned and what I have done over here. Now I have done a little bit more over here. As you can see, there's 2 of them, but there's also a little palm tree. There is a little bit of a rocky area, and of course that's because this right here is a slime chunk. But I've made sure to put more buttons down over here, just so it doesn't look too suspicious that only here there are buttons. And of course I'll be sure to put a little bit more going in this direction as well, and wherever there is a slime chunk. Now here there is a bigger palm tree, and of course coconut on the ground. I've used this design before. If you have watched me build Moggy Dungeon, then you'll know this design, except I used some pots, and yeah, this time I'm using composters just to, you know, make it a little bit different. And while I may have said that I was going to finish this off camera and show it to you in the next episode, I just bit the bullet and have done everything just now. Yes, this place is now fully finished. It's all lit up, all the decorations are in, with maybe one exception depending on what I want to do with the portal, of course. And that is simply the portal itself, of course. Yeah, everything else though, I would say is completely finished. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and if you did, then you know what to do. And before I say goodbye, I just want to wish all of you a very happy new year. Alright, that's it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. See ya! Bye bye!